Though we do not consciously focus our attention, even our dress is capturing our attention and creating a mindset, evidenced by the fact that when you are in good dress, you are in good mood. So, of course, never wear a so-called bad dress, no doubt about it. Even when you are at home, never wear a careless dress. A lot of men especially, lot of modern women also, when they are inside the house, they don't care their dressing. They think dressing is for the external world to see. I don't mean decorated dress, but you should be in elegant dressing even at home. In fact, if you are outside, dresses are not actually that important because your attention is scattered into the details of the environment. But inside the walls of your house, your attention is basically anchored also in your dress. So a thief never, like people show in televisions and all that, he is never poorly dressed, but never ostensibly dressed also.
What was that word, sir?
Thieves.
In actual case, in normal thieves, they are never poorly dressed with what you call Jirna Vasra and all that.
Yes.
But they are not very ostensibly, very clearly well dressed either. They sort of intuitively know what combination of colors and of dhoti or shirt will remain neutral from the observation of other people. Whatever I say in the context of real-time thieves and master thief are all having great correlation. So you might have noticed in the conventional or in the traditional or in the contemporary style of all the so-called disciples or so-called searchers, whether in the monasteries or outside in the Himalayas, they all have a certain costume. They are not sitting there with check shirts and what you call jeans and lungis, not at all. It may look a little bit dirty and all that because of the way they move around, but it has a certain character. Because you are seen by your creature. The looking is done by your conscious you. But there is an aspect which is in charge of seeing, evidenced by the fact that a boy looks at a girl and without his permission he falls in love with her because his entity has seen her, something. His non-conscious gets connected with that girl or a boy. It is not his conscious looking and kind of an assessment of her beauty, then he decides to fall in love with her. That also may be there, but I don't know. But there must be a role of seeing. Because that girl was not noticed by 20 other guys in the context, okay? Where in a school situation or a local situation, that girl was noticed in that way by other men of same age. I am giving this as an example to validate the possibility that there is a seeing thing happening when you are looking. So our dress is seen by our entity. For example, in conventional times, in Ayurvedic treatment of mental, so-called mental patients, okay, first they will be brought home, brought to the so-called Ayurveda center. Not now, but in many places I have been also there. Because at home these people would never take bath, never take care of their dressing and all that. Despite the pressures or whatever of the parents or other people. So when he or she is brought to the Vaidyashala, first thing is that he will be given a complete bath, an oil bath, for a lot of oil on the hair, almost half a bottle of oil, especially some cooling oil, and all over the body. Then we will be given a good shower for about half an hour. Then he will be given fresh dress, not new dress, but fresh and a good shirt and dhoti. Then itself half of the problem will be resolved. If his hairs are long, the hair will be cut or sometimes even shaved. So all this I say is to talk
It's
about
16 hours.
the phenomenon that our creatures see ourselves too. If you are completely evolved, if you have gone beyond a point, then that dressing doesn't matter actually. That's also a fact. Then nothing matters, then even the body does not matter, then dressing does not matter definitely. Only when you reach the level where your body doesn't matter in the sense that you get really disconnected from your body. You become an observer of your body. You will clearly feel that you look at your body like you look at somebody else's body. You will feel like it is somebody else's body. Which is a little bit dangerous also, if unless properly strong in will and the mind. Because if it happen otherwise, there will be a so-called mental illness also. An individual may slip into mental illness without sufficient strength of the will. If that what you call it is called depersonalization. Okay. If it happens without a properly powerful will and training, then the individual may go haywire. Because the perception system will become almost independent. Now you see you directly connected. You feel you directly connected. You are inside your body. But there may come a time when that so-called perceiving you will almost get out of the grip of the body. Definitely. At that time, you can be careless about your costume or your dress. That is a very extreme example though. So develop your agility. Agility is developed not by walking and running and all that, not at all. It is the so-called yoga positions are precisely to improve the agility. What are yoga positions? Eccentric positions, non-normal positions of the body. Flexing the hands and the legs and the body in all possible probable directions. That is yoga.